Pisces, February is a month of somewhat extremes. So on the one hand, you're going to be a little reclusive, you're going to be resting, recharging, and being a bit introspective. And then on the other hand, you're going to come out of your shell, be a little selfish, and focus on yourself, especially once your season officially begins on the 18th. In equally good news, money is looking absolutely delicious this month, so you definitely have that to look forward to. However, when it comes to work or a health matter, a curveball may be thrown your way, especially around the time of the full moon in Leo. So if you want to know more about what February has to offer, stick around. You definitely don't want to miss this. What's up, Pisces? As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Mel, your new favorite astrologer, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. And as always, if you are returning, welcome back. So this channel is everything tarot, astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. So if those are the things you like, if those are the things you love, if those are the things you want to learn more about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, my love, so this is going to be the February 2023 monthly astro forecast for the sign of Pisces rising. So just as a reminder, I do all of these videos by rising sign, all right? Because I'm speaking about the astrology and doing a forecast, it has to be done by rising sign, all right? So make sure that you're watching the correct video. And if you don't know what your rising sign is, I'm going to leave the information, or I'm going to leave information in the description box below so you can figure all of that out. All right. So without further ado, let's get into the month and see what we've got for you. All right. So starting off the month, there's going to be an emphasis on your 12th house of the unknown. Then come February 18th, it is officially Pisces season, and the sun is going to light up your first house of self. Thereafter, later on in the month, your second house of money and material possessions will also be lit. And then finally, there's going to be an emphasis on work and health, particularly around the full moon in Leo. All right, so let's get into it and discuss some things. All right, so first and foremost, during Aquarius season, you guys have an emphasis on your 12th house of the unknown. So basically the season before your season, right? So if you are a Pisces rising, Aquarius season is the time when your 12th house is lit. And this is the house of solitude and sacrifice, okay? It's the house where we really sort of tone things down, we reset, we recharge our batteries, and we get some rest, right? Think of it as like the season before your birthday, okay? So if you happen to be a Pisces rising who is also a Pisces sun, you are getting ready for your solar return, all right? And during that time, like the season before our solar return, we're always sort of introspective, right? We think about the year that has passed. We think about the new things that we want to accomplish in this new year of life. And that's what Aquarius season really is for you, okay? Now, the 12th house is also a house of spirituality. It's the house of the unknown, meaning that it's the house where we sort of have to have faith in the unseen. The 12th house definitely reminds us that we are citizens of the universe, right? And aside from just people in this universe, there are spirits, there are beings, there are things beyond the veil. And so the 12th house, it really has a very spiritual nature to it. And it reminds us that, you know, regardless of what we're doing or what season we're in, there's always going to be a time where we have to commune with our higher selves, with God, with the universe, whatever you believe in. And so when the sun is in the 12th house, that's a lot of the activities that usually go on. Now, here's the thing. The 12th house is also sort of the house of karma. If you think about the astrological wheel, the 12th house is the very last house. So all of the activities that have been going on from Aries up until Pisces, they come to a culmination in Pisces, in that last 12th house. So it has a very karmic feel to it. And even more so because Saturn is currently in Aquarius. So Saturn is definitely in your 12th house. So some of you may be receiving karma for some past activities. Now, my definition of karma is merely cause and effect. Doesn't have a moral tone to it or a moral nature. It's just something that was done in the past has an effect, and that effect is happening right now. So some of you may be experiencing karma. Some of you may be wrapping up some life lessons that you've learned or that you've been experiencing over the last year. But regardless, Aquarius season is a time for you to be introspective, for you to commune with your higher self, and for you to really reset, recharge, and rest. The 12th house is also the house of rest and sleep. So Aquarius season, by and large, definitely get the rest that you need, okay? Because again, on the 18th, your season is coming up. And speaking of which, that is going to light up your first house of self. So officially when the sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, your first house of self is going to be lit, all right? And there's going to be quite a bit of activity in your first house because we've got the sun, we've got the new moon in Pisces, we've got Venus in Pisces, and we've got Neptune, all right? So lots of stuff going on. And all of this is playing down, like I said, in your house of self. So this is all about your physical appearance, your outlook on life, your attitude, how people see you, your personality, right? And so with all of these planets, right, we have Venus, which is exalted in Pisces, and we have Neptune that is at home in Pisces. So I feel like Pisces season is really going to highlight the fact or highlight those characteristics that you exude that are very Piscean, okay? There's a lot of Pisces planet energy in your first house of Pisces, if you understand what I mean. So I feel like a lot of your qualities having to do with sensitivity, having to do with spirituality, having to do with psychic abilities, spiritual gifts, your ability to be empathic, being able to feel the emotions of the environment around you, being altruistic and philanthropic, all of those qualities are really going to come to the surface because now with, the new moon, with Venus and with Neptune in your first house, as the sun passes through your first house, it's going to energize all of that energy. So expect to, especially if you don't have your natal sun in Pisces, expect the Pisces part of you to really shine through during Pisces season. All right. And especially with the new moon in Pisces, if you've got any personal goals, especially if they have to do with your body or your appearance, or maybe some personal goals that you just want to achieve in this new revolution around the sun, you're going to want to set those intentions at the new moon in Pisces. All right. And then next up, you have an emphasis on your second house of money and material possessions. So Venus is going to start off the month in Pisces, but then she's going to make her way into Aries. All right. And while in Aries, she is going to link up with her equally positive planet, Jupiter. This is like a winning combination. Jupiter and Venus are the two most positive planets in our solar system. So in terms of the astrology, they're known as benefics because they bestow us with beneficial energy. And with this going down in your money house, expect the second half of February to really be good to you in terms of money. I see you attracting money. I see you multiplying money. I see money just enlarging and expanding and just coming in and you attracting it. So money is, like I said before, money is looking really delicious in the month of February. All right. And then finally, you're going to have an emphasis on your sixth house of work and health, particularly around the full moon in Leo. Now, the way that the astrology is set up for the full moon in Leo, it's such that you may get some surprises, right? You may have a situation or you may find yourself in a situation that elicits a very emotional response, especially as it has to do with work, as it has to do with coworkers. It may have to do with a health issue that you have, or health issue may suddenly pop up, especially because the full moon in Leo has a lot to do with the heart. Definitely pay attention to high blood pressure issues, coronary issues. Any of that stuff can really be exacerbated around the full moon in Leo. And I want to preface this by saying that I am not a medical professional. Please do not take this as medical advice. Please seek help from a licensed medical professional. I'm just giving you the astrology, all right? And in terms of work, you may find that you're sort of debating how you feel about your job. Are you passionate about it? Are people sort of tugging at your heartstrings? Because the 6th house also covers service. It's the service that we provide for others. Now, are you providing this service truly from your heart, or are you just going through the motions? Are you able to infuse a bit of creativity in what you do, or are you really just sticking to a routine? I feel like all of these questions are going to be asked of you around the full moon in Leo, okay? It may also spark issues related to how you identify. Do you feel like you are a cohesive member of your job or your workplace, or I wouldn't say your industry, but your particular job? Do you feel like you're a cohesive part of that? Or are you more so like a lone wolf and you sort of stand alone? I feel like these issues are definitely going to be highlighted at the full moon in Leo. And it's going to be up to you to have the courage to follow your heart. It's going to be up to you to have the courage to be creative and to express yourself. The one thing about the Leo full moon is that it's all about self-expression. It's all about being a leader. For some, it may be marching to the beat of your own drum. It doesn't mean that you have to be a lone wolf, but it also means that maybe if you're too enmeshed in a particular group, if you identify more with a group than you do with an individual, it may be time to reevaluate how you identify yourself. All right. But by and large, I feel like February is going to be a pretty good month for you. Again, especially when it comes to money. All right. And if you want to know more about what February has to offer, don't forget to check out my February 2023 general astrology forecast, and I will leave the link to that in the description box below. All right, so now that we've gotten the astrology out of the way, let's get into the tarot and see what messages Spirit has for you for this month. All right, so let's get into it. So this is going to be for Pisces for February 2023. Let's start off with 3 oracle cards. Okay. All right. We've got 2. Okay. First card out we have is Aquarius. All right. So this is letting me know that this is talking about the first half of February. It's definitely your 12th house. All right. Then we've got Venus. Venus is currently in your first house, and it'll be transiting into your second house. All right. And then we have descendants, okay? So descendant is opposite your ascendant. Your ascendant is your rising sign, and that's your 7th house, okay? So your 7th house of relationships is Virgo, okay? So far what we have, I feel like there's going to be, apart from everything that I said, right? So you've got this element of rest and relaxation, especially during Aquarius season. Then you have an emphasis on self during Pisces season. Money is looking good with Venus and Jupiter in your 2nd house. And then there's an emphasis on work and health with the full moon in Leo, right? But I also feel like there's going to be an issue coming up, perhaps in Aquarius season, that has to do with relationships. Now, this could be a business relationship. It could be a personal relationship. But I feel like there's going to be, I feel like this is, what I'm being shown right now is like a footnote in an article or a book, right? Like it's like everything I mentioned so far is in the actual page of the book. And then this message is like a footnote. It's almost like, yeah, don't forget that there's also this little issue right here. I get the sense that this is a sort of minor issue, but I keep hearing, Spirit keeps telling me, don't forget. So there's something about a relationship that you're in that there's something that you need to remember during Aquarius season. Okay. I feel like it has to do with Valentine's Day, to be honest. Almost like, not saying to don't skip. It's not, the way the Spirit is talking to me is very odd right now. It's almost like, remember to participate in like Valentine's Day festivities. Okay. meaning don't shut yourself off to things. I mean, the caveat is like, if you're on social media and it gets to be too much, that's something else. But like, there's no equivalent to this in terms of Valentine's Day, but I'm being shown like Scrooge and Christmas. You know how Scrooge just doesn't want to participate in any Christmas activities? It's almost saying, don't close yourself off to any Valentine's Day activity. It's almost like keep your heart open. And definitely expect the unexpected. I'm hearing like something may happen that you thought was impossible before. Having to do with relationships, having to do with Valentine's Day. Let me get some more cards and see what this is saying, because it's interesting, because the way the spirit is speaking to me right now, it's very sort of jumbled. It's very like excited. It's very like all over the place. I don't know if that's how you're feeling. Okay. First card out, we have is Ace of Cups. All right. So new relationship or renewal in relationship. I want you to see how these two cards play off each other. So it's almost like this water is coming down from here and then it's going into this cup, like very emotional. So Valentine's Day may find you very emotional. You may be emotional concerning a relationship, but I'm hearing like in a good way, not in a woe is me or I hate Valentine's Day kind of way. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. We've got the 10 of Wands. I'm hearing like, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't try to do the most right now. Take it easy. You see how this 10 of Wands, it's almost like if he were to just drop those sticks, he'd be able to see where he's going. This is telling me that, yeah, Aquarius season is definitely time for you to rest. I feel like you may be feeling very emotional right now. You may be feeling very overworked. You may feel like you have a lot of responsibilities that you can't even see what's in front of you. And so Spirit is like, especially in the first half of February, drop those sticks, like relinquish some of those responsibilities and really try to rest. Okay. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords, and then we've got the 4 of Pentacles. I'm hearing you have to decide to hold on to your sanity. Some of you are feeling extremely emotional, but you have to make the decision to like hold on to what you have. For some, it's like your sanity. For others, it's like your energy. Like you can't keep depleting yourself. But you have to make the decision to not deplete yourself, okay? It's almost like you're pouring out so much emotion, you're pouring out so much energy, and it's got you like this. So you have to decide, all right, I'm going to drop all these sticks, and I'm going to keep what's mine. That's really important because Pisces energy, whether it's sun, moon, or rising, you have the tendency to take on other people's emotions. And a lot of times you may not even realize that you're doing it. You may think that it's yours. And Spirit is like, drop whatever emotions are not yours right now and rest. Okay. We got 1. Oops. Okay. Yes, I feel like some of you are jumpy, like clumsy. It's hard for you to like stay still, or things keep falling out of your hands. Like you're just kind of all over the place. So we've got the Star. This is Aquarius energy. So definitely it's reinforced that this is all going down during Aquarius season. Then we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you have to be very, And then we've got the 6 of Pentacles. You have to be very vocal about keeping your peace. So I'm getting like, it's 2 messages here. The footnote is that like, expect like a pleasant surprise for Valentine's Day, especially when it comes to a relationship. The second message is Only you can give yourself peace. A lot of times we delegate that to other people, but that is an inside job. When it comes to peace, when it comes to peace of mind, you need to decide that that's what you're going to have, and you need to ration your energy accordingly. If your cup is overflowing with energy, with emotion, with love, and you have extra to give, then by all means give if you want to. But if you're running on empty, if your cup is empty, like, you need to plug in and recharge. And only give to people what they give to you at this time. So there's an element of being a little bit selfish, which is fine. Okay, let's get 3 more cards here. 1, 2, 3. So we've got official person. So I'm hearing like a boss, an authority figure. Then we've got toil and labor. Then we've got change. Yeah, moving on up. This is I call this the Jefferson's card. It's the moving on up card. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. And if you're running ragged, I feel like someone in a higher position definitely notices that. And so they're going to make a change so that maybe you're not working as hard, or maybe the work is more evenly distributed, especially if you feel like you've been carrying the brunt of the work at work. I feel like things are going to lessen up. However, you have to be vocal about working so hard. You have to be vocal about the rest. You have to decide, listen, I need some time off, and take it. Or you know what? I need you to pull your weight and do this, then do it. You can't expect people to read your mind, and you can't be like passive aggressive. Like, you really need to be vocal, clear, and concise about what you need so that you can rest and stop running like a chicken with its head cut off. Okay, let's close out this reading with 1 oracle card. Let's see what we have for you. We've got love. I'm hearing 2 things. This goes back to that footnote message that I got before. Love is definitely coming in. I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised for Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day. You may hear from someone. I feel like you're just going to feel good. Then what I'm hearing is self-love is the best love. You being vocal about needing rest, or needing time off, or needing people to help with the workload is a form of self-love. By running on empty, by filling everyone else's cup, you are doing yourself a disservice. And so February is a time to reset and recharge. Okay. All right, Pisces. So that has been your February 2023 monthly astro forecast. All right. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important piece of information that you could use going forward into this month. All right. If you want to know more about my products and services, those links are in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing month, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.